Hello everyone and welcome back. In this video I'm going to talk to you about nitrous oxide addiction. And in this article, and I'll put a link to it in the description for the video, it's titled, "Man Says He Was Paralyzed After 1 Year of Heavy Use." Laughing gas, legally sold online and in stores, is fueling addiction and serious injury across the US. You know, it's so ironic this article comes out. I swear I think the internet's listening to me. I spoke to one of our coaches today who is based up in the Massachusetts area, and he's working with a family who has an adult child who I think last year blew through over $100,000 worth of nitrous oxide. Truly unbelievable. And this stuff is really dangerous. And I know I've said that about marijuana, and I've said that about kratom, and I'm going to say it about this stuff too. A drug legally used by dentists and sold at mini-marts, gas stations, and major online retailers is fueling addiction and causing severe physical harm, including paralysis. Nitrous oxide, commonly known as laughing gas, is at the center of a growing public health concern that experts say is hiding in plain sight. You know, it used to be when I was a prosecutor back in the 90s, we were prosecuting people for use of illegal drugs, right? These days, marijuana, kratom, nitrous oxide. You don't need to go buy it on the street. You can walk into a dispensary, get it legally. You can walk into a gas station, get it legally. I'm sure there are some, dealers out there peddling street drugs, but you don't need that anymore. You can buy this stuff legally. And it's just as dangerous, if not more dangerous. After 1 year of heavy nitrous oxide use, David Warwick of Portland, Oregon, said he developed lesions up and down his spine. "My spine is so depleted, I got lesions all up and down my spine." Warwick said he initially turned to the drug to cope with stress. "I wanted to forget about work and all the stress of life and how bad I felt about myself for situations, and that's what I did." Because the high lasts only about 15 minutes, Warwick said he quickly needed more. He began concealing canisters in his coat, using them throughout the day without anyone noticing. Eventually, he was going through 7 canisters a day. As his use escalated, his life began to fall apart. I think that applies to any and every opioid that I've ever seen used, right? The problem sometimes is that the person who's in the center of this thing doesn't realize their life is falling apart because their brain's been hijacked and they're in complete and utter denial. Looks like in this case, he realized he had a problem, which is great. And I finally got to the point where things got so bad and I felt so terrible about myself, I called my mum and said, "Mum, I need help." Instead of treatment, Warwick ended up in the emergency room, unable to walk. Pretty much from my chest down, I was completely paralyzed. Warwick spent a month in the hospital and another month in a nursing facility. Recreational nitrous oxide use can damage the body's myelin sheath, which insulates and protects nerves in the brain and spinal cord. The Food and Drug Administration warns repeated inhalation of the gas can result in blood clots, frostbite, paralysis, and brain damage. Okay, I'll let you read this for yourself. You get the point. Okay, this is just another drug out there that is destroying people, and it is destroying their lives too. So look, if you're a family out there and you have a loved one who has an issue with marijuana or kratom or nitrous oxide or frankly any other type of opioid, and you're sick and tired of being sick and tired and you don't know what to do because nothing seems to work, please consider contacting us. This is all that we do, and I think that we may have some options for you, legal and non-legal. But it starts with picking up the phone and having a call and a good conversation with our amazing people in our intake department. If you're dealing with another issue in your family and you haven't seen a video about it, let me know. I'll make you a video, because if it's affecting your family, it's probably affecting somebody else's. And I'd be interested to hear what your thoughts are on this. And I meant to mention that, in the past I've talked about marijuana and kratom and frankly taken quite a bit of flack for it, which is fine. I don't care. As long as you're respectful, you can disagree with me all you want. I think somebody even called me a party pooper. I guess that's not so bad. But listen, if that's what you're into, that's what you're into. But I come from a different perspective, because our mission is to save families, because I see what this can do to a family when it destroys their loved one. In any event, if you like this content, please consider giving me a thumbs up. And if you want more of this content that I put out every single day so you can get the information that you need, please subscribe to the channel. And with that said, thank you for tuning in. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.